Fine. Good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone. Actually, the topic is selection of a mode, the transport demand. First, we look into the nature of traffic in present difficulties in urban traffic conditions. You see the problems that exist in the urban traffic. There are many problems. Say growth traffic. So there is a exponential growth traffic over the few decades. Especially the growth of personalized vehicles, namely the cars and motorized two-wheelers. Congestion on the streets. Actually, you have the more peak hour demand as well as the more number of vehicles roads like NH. Though the NH constitute only total road length, it carries about 40% of total traffic. So there is an increase in traffic in the main like SH, SH and certain SH stretches and in expressways. And also there is a peak hour demand, there is more traffic during the peak hour urban areas, so which results in severe congestion. So as a result of the congestion, there is a problem on accidents. So more number of vehicles in a less road space to accidents, and also we find it difficult to park the vehicles. So it's impossible to get the parking slot in some of the areas, and also there is unwanted pollution, like say, increase in noise pollution due to frequent acceleration, deceleration, starting and stopping vehicles. Also the noise out of the vehicles, and also atmospheric pollution. So the air pollution. You see, there is an increase in exhaust emissions, like say nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and other parts, which leads to increase in air pollution, so which deteriorates the environment. Due to the and also increase in traffic creates vibration of the buildings and also the structures, and also it intrudes the visual intrusion. The aesthetic of the with the traffic point. So aesthetic is spoiled. Visual, and there is a frequent stopping and start of vehicles to say congestion, which leads to more fuel consumption. And also, the more and more number of motorized vehicles increases the energy requirement. For example, if you take a two-wheeler, so to carry the two persons, it needs about 1 liter of petrol for 40 kilometers. At the same time, if you look at the car, for carrying it requires about 1 liter of petrol for about 15 to 20. Instead of which, if you consider the bus carry 60 passengers, it need only 1 liter of diesel for every 4 to 5 kilometers. And the energy goes and decreases when you go for like say train service or metro or MRTS or suburban. So with the public transport, energy requirement is less. So more use of personalized vehicles leads to more energy requirement, so which leads to more demand. So with the limits of depletion of fuels, so the problem of energy crisis increases. And so this, if you look at these problems, is the land use and city planning has to be initiated. That is, while planning itself, you have to plan more number of satellite towns. So self-contained satellite towns. So the number travel is minimized. So the planning to be initiated for the development of new towns and cities, and also proper city. Think of you have to think of developing self-contained towns, so that for travel is decreased. The next one is the transport. Actually, you have to promote the public transport in order to minimize the traffic problems. So the promotion of promotion of bus transport, promotion of rail transport in forms, let's say suburban trains, metro, railway, MRTS, elevated system. So you have to encourage for the public transport, also the government has to take every step to promote the public transport. That is, you have to give that your importance for moving more number of people rather than for moving more number of vehicles. Actually, for moving more number of vehicles, like we widen the national highways from 2 to 4 lanes, or from 4 to 6 lanes, and also we construct the great separate intersections, like the 2-level interchange or 3-level interchange. Most of the national highways are widened to 4 lanes or 2 to 6 lanes in order to cater for the increase in traffic, because the existing traffic has increased beyond the capacity of the 2-lane roads. So there is a necessity of going for the 2 lanes to 4 lanes, 6 lanes, depending upon the requirement. Also, the to minimize the delay sections, go for great like great intersections level depending upon the local requirement. So this is to move the vehicles, but we have to give importance for moving more number of people. So when you want to think of more number of people, you have to, like, say, promote the public transport. So only by means of promoting the public transport, right, you can minimize the problems. I mean, you can minimize the traffic problems. Also, you can meet with the demand with less number of vehicles. So the number of vehicles on the road will be less, meeting the same demand. So the necessity of public transport comes. So that's why government subsidizes the public transport. The bus transport, the operating cost is much less than the operating cost. So they don't charge equal to that of the operating cost. So the loss is borne by the government. At the same time, if you take the train service, the fare is much below the operating cost. So the balance is borne by the government. So it's all the public transport are heavily subsidized. So whatever the nature of whether it's a metro or like, say, suburban train service or MRTS, like in Chennai, when bus transport in most of the cities and states are heavily subsidized. The main reason is to help the growth of the mass transport, the public transport, rather than facing consequences of uncontrolled personalized vehicles, especially motorized two-wheelers and cars. That's the main aim of the government, and that should continue in order to minimize the problems out of the due to, like, say, more traffic, and also to meet with the demand with the system. Because, say, you cannot keep on increasing widening the road, or going for like, say, bypass roads and roads or great separate sections. So being a developing country, we have limited financial resources.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes, please.
Sir, voice breaking again, sir.
Break
Sir,
the flow இல்லைன்றீங்களா அல்லது இடையில பிரேக் ஆகுறீங்களா?
சார், இடையில பிரேக் ஆகி வருதுங்க சார்.
போன் பக்கத்துல வச்சுக்கிறேங்க, பாருங்க. இப்ப பாருங்க, கரெக்டா இருக்குங்களா?
ஓ, இப்ப கரெக்டா இருக்குங்க சார்.
கரெக்டா இருக்கு. போன் பக்கத்துல வச்சு.
ஓகே. Thank you.
Okay. Road, like, say, from 2 to 4 lanes or to 6 lanes or 8. Also going for bypass roads, ring roads, and various separate intersections will not be the solution all the time, because being a developing country, we got scarce resources. That is, the funding is limited, so we fund only for the important schemes or projects, based upon the benefit cost ratio. Actually, in foreign countries, like take United States of America, the 60-lane roads are quite common. The thing is, the main mode of transport is car for them. So the car ownership per house is about 4 or 5. Individual car ownership ratio is 1.2 either. So they have more number of personalized vehicles. So even with the 8 lanes or 16 lanes, they could not manage. So just keep on increasing the in the road is not the permanent. It's not the only solution. So you have to think of, like, moving more and more number of people. That's why the government subsidizes to the public transport, say, for the bus stand and also for the train service. If you take the bus transport system, the existing bus transport will cater to the demand of the small cities, small towns, and nice towns. With the increase in, like say, town size, or with the increase in more number of people travel, you have to think of you have to improve the bus transport system by means of providing, say, exclusive bus lanes. That is, wherever you have the more number of lanes, say the prerequisite to gain the exclusive bus is you have 6. It is 3 lane for each direction. Only when if you have 3 lane in each direction, you can allocate 1 lane for the buses. That is, preferably you allocate the leftmost lane for the bus transport so that the load distance will be easier. So unless otherwise you have 6 lanes, 3 lane each direction, you can go in for exclusive bus lanes. So only in, like say, roads, like say 100 feet road in Coimbatore or Mount Road in Chennai, you can think of having the exclusive bus. Other places, so when the number of lanes is only, say, 4, you have only 2 lanes in each direction. So it's not possible to earmark or allocate 1 lane for the buses alone. So it's possible only for the wide roads, like minimum you have to have 6 lanes. That's one such solution to increase the bus travel. So when you provide exclusive bus lanes, so only the buses are allowed to fly on the road. The speed will get increased, so the delay will be less, and also the punctuality, the reliability will be more. So more number of people will start bus transport. That's one such solution. Another solution is high capacity bus corridors. So you convert certain roads as like say bus corridors, cars which carry dense traffic, heavy traffic. So convert such roads like say dense corridors into bus corridors, so that the capacity, handling capacity will be increased. And you can have the providing for the buses at traffic signals. For example, if you delay a two-wheeler, motorized two-wheeler, assuming that only 2 persons are traveling, so the only 2 into 5, 10 man-minutes is there. If you delay a car with the 5 occupants, if you delay a car for 5 minutes, the man-minutes is wasted for 25 minutes. If you delay a bus carrying 60 passengers, you delay a bus for 5 minutes, the man-minutes wasted is 60 into 5. That is 300 man-minutes is wasted. So considering the quantum of wasted, so you can do certain preferential treatment for the buses at signals. Since I'm making the buses straight, you can have some like preferential treatment, like say the pedestrian or road crossing. You think of having the preferential treatment for the buses. The delay is minimized at the entrance. And the another solution is demand actuated bus. That's a direct bus service. Actually, we adopt the fixed route operation. As far as concerned, the buses are operated in the fixed routes, fixed timings, right? So, demand. For example, if you consider Chennai, so all buses are being operated, say from 1:30 to 10:30. Similarly, in the evening, say from 3:30 to 7:30, all the buses are operated. The off-peak hours, half of the buses are set out. So because of less demand, only 50% of the buses. Like in foreign countries, developed countries, they have direct bus service. So whenever there is a demand, mainly the mode transport is not bus for them. So whenever there is a bus, they get a bus, and they like it's for certain specific route, fixed origin destination, so based upon their demand, requirement. So like that, you can have the demand actual bus in addition to the operation. So these are certain like say developments made in the bus transport system. We got exclusive bus lanes in some of the cities that's being operated, that's being followed. And in the largely pedestrianized area, you can operate the mini buses, to minimize the congestion, right? I mean, avoiding the motorized two-wheelers and cars, you can operate the mini buses. So by means of, like, say, even if you consider the, like, say, the IT are in Chennai, right? They operate the AC bus, right? Because, I mean, you have a assured seat and there's a comfort. people, those who travel by car, they value comfort more than the fare, more than the money. So comfort comes first preference for them. So if you give adequate comfort for them in the bus itself, automatically they switch over from the car personalized car to the buses, right? So when the mind is paying more, but they give the like priority for the comfort. So depending on the market demand, the demand of the passengers, you can operate variety of services. Certain things are being followed in say APSRTC, this Andhra Pradesh Bus Transportation. Even we have at say Chennai by MTC, say the operation of AC buses in the IT corridors. So like that you can say improve the bus service, catering to the demand of various categories of passengers, so that we can make the people from switch over from the like say two-wheelers, motorized two-wheelers and cars to the bus transport as well as to the rail transport, by making it more like attractive. Another one is the next one is the metro. Actually, initially the metro started in Calcutta. That's in 90s. Actually, in you going for widening the road, or you can keep the road length because well built up area. So to like widen the road, in addition to the compensation to be paid for the land to be acquired, you have to pay heavy compensation for the buildings also. So it's costlier. So the widening the road and also increasing the road length is quite impossible. So the another solution is like metro, that's underground rail. Actually in Calcutta, that's in corridor, it's in the main road, under the main road, they have considered the metro. In the sense, they have like followed the cut and cover method. Actually, they have they have considered a box-like section under the ground. They have covered it, and at the top, it's open for traffic. So below the main road, they have the metro. They are running the metro service. Metro service, of course, is heavily subsidized. Actually, they have optimized the section by means of providing like a third rail for drawing the current. Actually, in the conventional electric train system, the current is drawn from the overhead wires. So here at a metro, the two rails, they run the third rail. So the engine draws the current from the third rail. So that the section dimension is reduced. So overall cost of the project is reduced. So it's also heavily subsidized. So in the main traffic corridors, you can think of like metros are considered. Calcutta is, for example, having metro. So now it has been extended to other cities also. Actually, the next comes Delhi Metro is highly sophisticated. Like in Chennai. Chennai we have now airport, that's international, say central station, and also central station to Coimbatore stand. They run the metro train service. It's like say you got a good quality of service, but of course the fare is slightly more. Even with the like higher fare, the actual operating cost is much higher. So the government is subsidizing the metro, the metro also. So the Delhi Metro has succeeded in weaning the private vehicle owners to switch over to the public transport. So when you provide adequate comfort and convenience, so more number of people, passengers traveling by cars, will switch over to the public bus transport. It may be metro or MRTS or the like say AC bus service. So one such example is the metro. Delhi Metro, they have succeeded in making the people to switch over from the public, from the private to the metro. Right. Next, look at the Chennai. So in addition to the bus stand, we have the MRTS. That's a mass rapid transit system along the like say Coom River, I think. Right. It's an elevator system. The main advantage of the railway is you got an exclusive right of way. There's no interference of other vehicles, like say the road traffic. So automatically there will not be any problem due to like say heavy more traffic. Say in roads, like in roads, you can enter into the road anywhere and you can come out of the road anywhere. So and also in India we have the mixed traffic. We have the slow moving and fast moving vehicles are allowed in the same road. So there is a congestion, especially during the peak hours. There will be more number of vehicles. So there will be more congestion. So it leads to delay, more journey time, etc. But in railways, you have exclusive right of way. Exclusive right of way, right? So there is no interference on traffic. So there is no question of delay. So you can reach the destination in time. So actually in Chennai, if you like say during the peak hours, if you go by MRTS, Say, for example, between say Chennai Central to Karamani, it takes only about 20-25 minutes also. By the like for the same destination, if you travel bus, it will take 2 during the peak hours. Sometimes you cannot say. Maybe during the off peak hour, it may take 1 hour. But it's immediate whether it's a peak hour or off peak hour. By MRTS, it takes 25 minutes. So there's a lot of saving in the travel time. So you will not get bored, especially for the regular commuters. Those who travel regularly, so they prefer the like say MRTS or suburban trains in the metro, right? Because of like say less travel time and the pollution is less, and also you can reach a destination in time. There's no like say uncertainty to like say traffic. You can it's a destination in time. So that's why more and more number of people have started traveling by MRTS, suburban trains. Even metro is catching up. Right? That's advantage of MRTS suburban trains in Chennai. And so only this alone will not cater to the demand. And also you would suffer by a lot of delay during like travel by bus during the peak hours. Even if you travel by car, it takes 2 hours during the peak hour. Right? So though you like say you have your own vehicle, you cannot reach the destination in time because of the traffic, mixed traffic. So that problem is solved when you travel by say metro or suburban train or MRTS. That's why the government is really subsidizing the public transport. In Bombay, the suburban trains are like doing very good, right? It's very, say, connecting the Bombay to the suburb, to the periphery of the town, city. Also in Bombay and Pune, we travel by train, suburban daily. They are the regular commuters. They travel to Bombay for work. And also the fare structure, which covers the sectors, will facilitate the dispersal of residences. That is a good transport system, which requires less. People will travel long distance. So there is every possibility of locating a house in the periphery of the town or in the outskirts of the city. So there is a dispersal of residences. So thereby avoiding the congestion of the city, overcrowding of the cities. Right. So the fare structure which favors the long distance trip makers will facilitate the dispersal of residences. Or within the city itself can be a powerful tool for achieving certain planning objectives. When you want to encourage certain things like say, you can like say like reduce the fare, like you can make you can give incentives, right, for promoting certain things, so that can be done with the fare structure. So right, that also happens in the suburban rail transport. The fare charger is much below the operating cost, whether it's a suburban train or MRT or metro, right, or travel by bus. Actually, in time, if you look at in Tamil Nadu, the bus fare is lowest among the southern states compared to Kerala and Pradesh. The bus fare in Tamil Nadu is cheap. It's much below operating cost. So though the STUs are heavy losses due to the less fare, is borne by the government. Right. Actually, this is one way or like one indirect way of promoting the bus transport. And also, like say, even with the increase in market fare year by year, it's not like say going to catch up. But what the people they look for is they look for like say comfort, reach time you reach to the destination. They want to have a punctuality and also reliability of bus service and service. So when you provide attractive bus service and also the other like train services, automatically the people travel buses to switch over the public transport gradually. Actually, right. Though the personalized vehicles have certain advantages. Like say, you can travel anytime you want and any destination you want. You get a door-to-door service, right? So there are a lot of comfort. People get accustomed to the given by the personalized vehicle. So more and more people owning certain reasons, like say status, like owning a car makes it a symbol, and also make the travel at any time you want, and also to any distance. Make the people to shift to the personal, I mean, to be transport is a task can be achieved by means of providing excellent bus service, right? Like the two-tier sleeper, three class, ordinary class train service. Similar service can be like had in the bus service also. So, more people can be shifted, made to shift bus vehicles to the transport. And if you look at the like say the capacity, say because of the owning of more like say motors, two-wheelers, and cars, number of vehicles have increased exponentially in 3 decades. The traffic has increased exponentially. I mean, there are more number of vehicles comes on the road. For example, cars, it can carry 5. When you say make the people to travel by the when you make the people to switch over to the bus, having average occupancy ratio of 50 passengers, replace 11 cars full of occupants, and it replaces about 20 to 30 two-wheelers, authorized two-wheelers. So the vehicles on the road gets reduced. So similarly, you can think of say train replaces the number of vehicles, right? By means of providing extra like wherever it's possible. So for example, you think of exclusive bus lane, right? First 40,000 seats passengers per hour, 50 buses per lane per hour. That is, when you have an exclusive lane for the buses, you can operate the bus at every 6 seconds on average. So then the minute have like say 10 buses, right? Right, 10 buses. So like that, likewise, you can operate 50 buses per lane per hour, per lane per hour. So you can like move about 30,000 passengers per lane per hour when you go for the work. So then think of the number of like buses vehicles get placed due to the operation of an exclusive lane. For the like medium-sized towns, LRT is the other like accommodation facility, because only in the small towns and cities the bus stands will be adequate. Like in where the demand increases in the case of medium-sized towns, you can provide the accommodation bus service with the LRT, light rail transit. As the name indicates, light rail transit. It's a shorter train for lesser demand. So the number of like 4 or 5. So it's for the lesser demand. So you can like at the time of setting the track, you can insert it with the scope for future expansion. The sense it can when the converter into say the service, conventional train service in future, right? So that you have to lay the track, right? So next is rail transit, like rail transit in metropolitan cities. The say just provision of bus service or LRT will not efficient. So you'd have to augment the bus service. You'd have the service train like the MRTS or like say underground train like metro, and also suburban trains, right? Or elevated one like the MRTS Chennai. So to augment the bus service, you would have the rail transit also in all the forms. Say if you look at Calcutta, you have the if you look at Delhi, you have the Delhi Met, and in Bombay, you have the very urban work. In Chennai, you have the in addition to apart from the MRTS and also suburban trains, high density corridors, and metro is also coming up. So so the bus stand alone will not be sufficient. So to augment the facility, you have the train service in the form of like say system, metro underground system, surface system. So for small cities, bus transport will be sufficient. right? Cities, towns, and cities like say Coimbatore, Madurai, Salem, Trichy, bus transport is sufficient. And also in cities where you like 6 or more lanes, you can go in for the exclusive bus lanes, make the bus transport more attractive, and you can have the like preferential treatment for buses at the intersections, right? And in medium-sized cities, right? So the bus transport can be more attractive, can be made attractive, so going for exclusive bus lanes wherever feasible. And as I already told you, so you have a minimum of 6 lanes to have the exclusive bus lanes, and you can have the LRT, light rail transit, augment the bus transport facility, medium-sized cities, and metropolitan cities, large cities. So in addition to the bus transport, you would have metro, like elevated system, like MRTS, suburban rail systems, to meet out the demand, So all the public transport are heavily subsidized by the government in order to reduce the number of vehicles in the road. So thereby congestion on the road gets decreased, and also not spend much on the development of roads, in the sense much on the widening the roads, also going for intersections, considering roads, bypass roads, etc. Restrict to some extent. You can restrict to some extent by means of promoting.
Logeshwaran. Hello. Sir.
சொல்லுங்க.
Sir, sometimes வந்துட்டு audible கம்மியா இருக்குதுங்க சார்.
கம்மியா இருக்குங்களா?
சார் கொஞ்சம் சிக்னல் ரீச் ஆகுற மாதிரி இருக்கிற ஏரியா. அப்படியே ஃபோன் வந்து 90 டிகிரில இருக்கிற மாதிரி கூட பாருங்க.
இப்போ பாருங்க, ஃபோன் பக்கத்துல வச்சிருக்க பாருங்க. ஓகேவா?
ஓகே ஓகேங்க சார்.
ஓகேங்களா? இப்போ அந்த ஃபிகர் டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணுங்களா? பண்ண முடியுங்களா? So if you look at the figure, so in the mass transit selection criteria, for low demand and also for the small cities, bus with low frequency carries about 5,000 passengers per hour per direction. Also, number of people using the bus will be less in small cities. I mean, most of the people will be going by, say, motorized two-wheelers or like, say, two-wheelers and cars. So bus with low frequency, of course, say, like, will tend to cater to the demand up to 5,000 passengers per hour per direction. So with the increasing town or cities, also with the increased travel demand, say next stage is you have to go in for buses with high frequency. So it is possible with the, like, say, exclusive bus lane, and also certain priority measures at the intersections. You can meet the demand up to, say, 10,000 to 15,000 passengers per hour per direction. Buses with high frequency and also buses with priority measures, like, say, priority measures at the signals, and having, like, say, exclusive bus lanes. This is for the towns. And also, like, the demand is more, you can think of having the LRT also. In addition to the bus, you can think of having transit. There's some compartments. It's a light rail transit, it's a rail transit. It's a train service with less number of compartments. Right, say, like, say, 5 or 6, like that. So bus with LRT caters to the demand of 25,000 passengers per hour per direction. Right, and as the town or city grows, when the, like, say, like metropolitan city, so in addition to this, and LRT can be converted into conventional train system. It can upgrade it to the conventional train system. So you can have the, in addition to the bus transport, you can have the rapid transit system, rail transit system, in the form of elevated train service around the metro, the suburban train service for the metropolitan cities, which can cater to the 50,000 passengers per hour per direction. So as the population increases, so the demand for travel increases, you have to select, you have to go in for the appropriate mode, right? To sum up, small towns, buses with frequency is sufficient. For the, like, medium-sized towns, with the like provision of exclusive bus lanes wherever it's possible and feasible, and also providing some priority measures, you can have the, you can meet up the demand up to, say, 15,000 passengers per hour per direction, like medium-sized towns. And for the slightly higher demand, so in addition, bus can have the light rail transit, which we considered way of upgrading it. to the conventional train system. For the last 6 cities, and also in addition to the bus, you have the train service, like in the train service in various forms also. Suburban train service, like, and also the electric system, like MRS. So the it's suitable for the metropolitan cities. We have it for like our metropolitan cities. As I told you already, in Calcutta has metro, national bus service, and tram service. Delhi has got very good metro system, and Bombay has got very good suburban train. And in Madras, we have the bus transport. We have the elevated train system, MR, and Madras. I mean, metro is coming, underground rail is coming up, and you have a very good network of suburban trains. So to the demand of 50,000 or more per hour direction. So depending upon the city size and the travel demand, you have to like the appropriate mass transit system. And scope of transport, the future lies with the mass transport only. Because we're a developing country, we cannot spend much on the building up the infrastructure. Do it to some extent only. In addition, by means of encouraging and subsidizing, continuous subsidizing the public transport, we meet the demand with less problems, and also meet the demand by containing the problems, like say the congestion, accidents, pollution, energy crisis, etc. Okay, thank you very much for hearing me. Hello. If you have any queries, you can raise. Hello.
Hello, sir.
முடிஞ்சதுங்க நீங்க queries
Okay, okay, sir.
repeat பண்ணா சொல்லுங்க, ஏதாச்சும் கொஞ்சம் ஏதாச்சும் repeat பண்ணா சொல்லுங்க.
Okay. So first question, which type of method will be used mostly in India for parking? Type of method will be used mostly in India for parking.
Actually, in small size where you have the open space, you can have the on-street parking. On the street, and also you can have open parking areas. You can have on-street parking, and in the the buildings which are being constructed new, you have to instruct them to provide the adequate parking space, either in the form of underground parking or surface parking. Adequate parking space will be provided. So on-street parking will be suitable like small towns, and the big towns. We have to have off-street parking. Either you can have a multi-level car parking, separate building for the parking facilities, and you can have the peripheral parking schemes also. Make the vehicles to be parked the periphery of the town, and you travel by the public transport into the core of the town. So depending upon the city size, also the open space available, you can either on-street parking or off-street parking. And also in the streets where you have adequate, and also where is permit the parking on the street itself, like say the Anglo more suitable in the streets, wide streets where the traffic is less, and also in the side streets where the traffic is less. And then like in towns, you can have separate parking, multi-story parking facility, right? And all the say new buildings which are coming up, it should be provided with adequate parking space, either in the underground or surface. Got the point? Hello.
Sir, next question, sir. How geotextile fiber can be used in roads using medium vehicle?
Still for?
How geotextile fiber can be used in roads with medium traffic vehicle?
Medium traffic vehicle. Actually, it comes under the road content. Geotextiles are being widely used in rural roads where the traffic is less. It consists of other district roads and also district roads. You can make use of the geotextiles. Fine. It's being used in the national highways also. Actually, it comes in the highway construction. The lecture by Dr. Vale Kennedy of TC, you will be in a position to answer in a better way. So it's being used. It's a good material that can be used in road construction. Next.
Third question: what simulation software is used to study road problem in urban areas? Simulation software.
Simulation. You got many simulation pages. Actually, you also, GPS is a general purpose simulation system like Simula. There are many simulation softwares to simulate the traffic. So anything can be simulated. Only thing is, it should be perfect match with the present, actual scenario. So unless otherwise it duplicates exactly with the actual scenario, it will not work. Because anything you can simulate, but when it doesn't simulate, when it doesn't resemble, duplicates the actual scenario, you'll not get the correct result. So you have to see the exact resemblance. The simulated scenario should exactly duplicate the actual scenario. There are many commercial simulation packages like Simula. You can write your own as a simulation package. So using GPS, general purpose simulation system. So many works are being carried out at NIT Trichy. Moses Sandakumar related to the simulation and traffic. Okay. So you've been in a better way regarding the various packages for the time being at the market.
Okay, sir. So next question, sir. What is the minimum criteria for selecting RTS?
Minimum criteria for selecting RTS.
Yes, sir.
Actually, that's a demand. Actually, we provide the RTS route network route in the high density corridors. So, corridor is a road stretch where the traffic is high. So you have to find out the demand. You have to find out the stretch in which the demand is more. So we provide the service only in the high density corridors where the traffic movement is more. So you have to identify initially based upon the travel demand. You have to identify the stretch having high traffic density. So because train service is capable of carrying more number of passengers, so you have to provide it. You have to say prepare the route map wherever the traffic is high. So it's being provided only the high density traffic corridors, and where high density means automatically the traffic demand is more, travel demand is more. So in the order of say as I said already, 50,000 passengers per hour per direction. 50,000 passengers per hour per direction. The peak hours, if you take the metropolitan cities, actually as far as 90% of the travel is made for the work and education purposes. So that's being made only during the peak hours, during the morning hours. So where the demand is high, so metropolitan cities where the demand is 50,000 passengers per hour per direction. And you have to provide the route network in that stretch. RPT. That's rail transit. Next.
Yes, sir. So next, elevated road cabin is possible in
I could not get you.
elevated rope cabin transport is possible. Yeah.
Elevated road. So you are saying
Rope,
two-tier
rope.
system. Two-tier system. Elevated road. Elevated road. We don't have such facility. Elevated road is it's quite costly because say provide pillars to support. It's quite costly because we find by considering the overpass or underpass, right? The flyover. It's quite costly. Even for the distance alone. So if you provide the road, you have to have pillar. You have to have the along, right? And especially you have to come to the ground after loading and unloading. It's quite costlier. Right? Considering that, instead of the elevator train system, right? Because it carries, it meets the more demand, with the same expenditure. So going for elevator road is not much advisable, because we find it fast even in providing the interchange facilities. It's called separate intersections. Instead of having elevator road, you can think of having the, like, say, elevator train system, fine, or elevator train system, or underground train system. Okay. Next. Hello.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful lecture on the topic selection of appropriate mode of transport based on the demand of cities.
Thank you
And
so
also,
much.
I'd like
Thank you much for the organizers in